Welcome back. It's Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve Week. Volunteer Rose Morales and Chair Don Clark are here to tell us more. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And so tell us more about ESGR Week. Did I get it right?
That's correct. Well, it stands for the Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve. Now, we are a volunteer organization, but we're actually under the Department of Defense. And we have about 20 volunteers here and also in the CNMI. I'm the chair, as you mentioned, for the Guam CNMI Committee. And this week is ESGR Week. So we're here to talk a little bit about that and what we do here on the island in support of our Guard Reserve members and also in support of our employers that hire them.
Perfect. And so tell us more about that relationship between guards and Guard service members and the employers.
So from a GTA perspective, that's where I work. I think it's important. Not only do these service members go and learn a different type of trade or maybe enhance their trade and their skill sets in the current opportunity or jobs that they're doing with GTA, it's definitely something that we feel is important. So we certainly support our service members that are part of the Guard or the Reserves.
Right, and this week is also, as you mentioned, to really highlight the employers who find the time, the flexibility to work around.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Right.
We both are employers. We both have employees that work for the Guard and Reserve. We understand the challenges that come with that because there are times that they are going to be gone, sometimes short terms, but sometimes they're gone for years. Last year I had one employee that was gone for almost a year. I have an employee this year that's gone for most of a year. And it's a challenge. So I understand employers having that problem and challenge, but we're lucky here in Guam that we have very supportive employers. We're growing up here in Guam, the military culture is a part of life here. Many friends, family members that have served, and so it's great for us to be able to bring these two together and have them work together, because employers are very critical to the success of the Guard and Reserve, because they need to be able to allow their employees to leave work and to do their duty and to hire them back when they are done. And so the support of these employers is important, because if you're a Guard Reservist or you want to be a Guard Reservist, but you see that maybe that's going to be a conflict with your employer, your civilian employer, you might think twice about doing that.
Right.
Now, the Guard and Reserve in today's U.S. military is very critical, very important. Since 9/11, they play a very active role in supplementing and supporting the active service that's out there. So, the U.S. military depends heavily on them, and U.S. employers have to share their employees with them a lot more than they did before. They're no longer these weekend warriors that many people have come to be familiar with them in the past. So that puts a lot more demand on them, which means that puts more demand on the employers. And so what we do with ESGR is we try to help them to work together. We help employers understand the law that protects the employment rights of the service members that they hire. And we also work with the service members to understand that balance that they need, not only with the military, but also with their civilian employers.
Definitely. I like that idea of balance. And so tell us more. I mean, you have the full week ahead, lots of activities planned. Maybe we can get a sense of what you have in store.
Sure. So we started off the week yesterday with the proclamation signing. So we actually had employers partake in that proclamation signing yesterday. And then this week, Thursday, we're going to actually have lunch with the boss. So it's our way of thanking the employers or the bosses of the service members who are doing, out on duty, whether it's the weekend warrior or deployment, for supporting their service members, and our way to, again, thank them for their support.
Nice, and that's coming up Thursday.
Thursday, yes.
And also yesterday we had the legislature do a resolution that they provided us to show that they're also supportive of the Guard and Reserve. On Friday I take off for Saipan, and doing the same thing over there that we did here. So we have other things planned over there as well.
Nice.
Yes.
And of course, I mean, that's great to know that there is community support behind these type of programs, behind having our Guard service members working as well as being a part of the Guard.
Right.
And so anything else, I mean, you want to share with the community, something people might misconceptions or anything you want to clear, or things you want to really tell the community that they remember during this ESGR week?
Sure, thank you. I think the community understands and appreciates what the Guard Reserve do here. I mean, just as an example, their help yesterday with the search and rescue efforts and those type of things are what the community may see out there, but there's a lot more behind that they really do. So we encourage the employers to try to understand more of what their employees do when they put on the uniform and that area there. But we really just want to send a message saying thank you so much for all that they do in support of their employees that are in the Guard Reserve.
I think it's even more critical now with everything that's that has happened over the last year with North Korea. We're seeing more and more of the service members here locally that are really partaking in more active duty type functions, and by having the peace of mind knowing that they don't have to worry about work, it helps in making sure that they meet the mission of what they need to be doing.
Yes.
Definitely. So thank you to all the service members and their employers for your service. After the break, Jason Solis will close out the show with House to Home.